going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about why I'm building out an SRT versus buying a Trackhawk. I get this question a lot. A lot of people are like, you're dumping so much money into this SRT, you should have just bought a Trackhawk, blah blah blah. So I'm going to go over 5 reasons why I decided to go the SRT route. This is just my opinion. This is why I did it. I mean, you guys can have your own opinions. That's great. I mean, whatever works for you guys, that's what you should do. I went this route because it just made the most sense for me. But let's just get into the video. I'm going to show you real quick prices of the Trackhawk. You know what? Let me put in my address. But you guys can see right here, look. This is in Illinois. This has what? How many miles does this thing have? 25,000. It's going for $81,000. Let's look at this one, newly listed, 48,000. Two owners, 76. It's not that bad of a price. This one has 50. This is going for 79. So as you can see, these cars hold their value very well. They're still very expensive. This one has 23,000 miles, 84,000. And if you go to New York, where I live, they're a little more. And then you have these companies that throw out these crazy prices just so you walk in the door. I'll actually probably show you real quick. So that's 82. This is in Delaware. This is close to, I guess this is coming up as close. So 48,000 miles. Oh, no. No. So 48,000 miles, 82,000, 20,000 miles, 84. It's in Rhode Island. This one has 93,000 and it's going for 68. 22, 84. 43 for 74. That's actually a pretty good price. But you have to realize these cars, when people buy them, you know most likely they're going to have the shit beat out of them. That's just how these cars are. As you saw in the clips, used Trackhawks are still very expensive. So for me, price was big. This is my first time buying a car. I've never bought a car before. I've leased cars in the past. I've leased, I believe it was like 3 Jeep Grand Cherokees, different models. I had like Limited, I had the Altitude, might have been a Laredo too, I'm not sure. And then before that, I had like an Infiniti G35. And, you know, I had some other cars, Nissan Altima. So, you know, I bounced around. But this is the first car I ever bought. So I had to do what was best for me. I actually tried to go lease a Trackhawk. I went out to Long Island. They had one at Security Dodge. It was black on black with the red seatbelts. It was brand new. I tried to lease it. They wanted like $1,500 a month. For me, it just wasn't possible. I couldn't do it as much as I wanted to. I figured with insurance, it was going to be way too much. I'd literally be living paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't want to do that. So for me, this was my best option, was to get a used Jeep SRT and build it to how I want it to be. So that is the route I went. And I didn't want to buy a brand new Jeep SRT because they do go for $80,000. That was still out of my budget at the time. I mean, you could probably talk them down and you could probably get a good deal, but I don't know. I just went into the lot. I wasn't actually expecting to buy this car. I saw it in the lot. I saw this color and I just fell in love right away. This Rhino Gray is just so beautiful. Seeing it on videos probably doesn't do it justice. It looks absolutely beautiful. Every time I take it anywhere, I get a lot of compliments on the color. It's just, you see them around, but you don't see them that often. This colorway is just, it's so nice. All right, so kind of branching on what I said before. So the first reason was price. The second reason is I want it to be unique. I want it to be mine. Like I don't know if I stated in the first, like talking about the first reason, but I'm not a rich man. I'm actually about to turn 34 years old on Sunday. So, you know, I have a good job. I've been working there for a long time. I'm able to put some money away. Basically, you can call me like a budget baller, I guess, you know. I kind of save up some money and then I spend it, and, you know, it goes so on and so forth. Like, if you own a car and you're building it, you kind of know how it goes. You try to save up for new parts, and it's just, I guess it kind of becomes like an addiction at some point. So that's kind of what's happening. It's, you know, I make sure I take care of all my responsibilities. I rent right now. That's going to be changing soon. So, you know, I pay rent. I have expenses, you know, just normal living, groceries, gas, whatever. You know, it all adds up. So I guess that goes more towards price. But anyway, so I want it to be my own. I wanted to have a car that's just, it's different. Like you see Trackhawks on the road. I think there's nothing wrong having a Trackhawk. Like I said, if I could afford one, I tried to get one. That would have been the way I would have went. But I also wanted, I was thinking about it at the time, and I was like, you know what? I want it to be my own. I want it to be different. Like, you can see so many Trackhawks, and I just want it to stand out. I want it to be different. Like, I want to pop my hood, and I want people to be like, damn, this guy really, you know, he did some work to his car. It's different. And that's what I really wanted to do. That kind of attracted me. I was like, you know what? Everyone has the 6.2 liter supercharged Hellcat engine. What about this 392? You know, people hear stories that you got to forge the bottom end, which I did. And then, you know, it's a 6.4, so it's a bigger engine. Maybe it can make more power. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not big. I'm not a mechanic. I can't fix these cars. But I've always kind of been into cars. I just never really like took the time to like learn about them, how to fix them. And I kind of wish I did when I was younger. I was just so busy and like, you know, just doing stuff. It's never too late. I'm always researching car stuff. Like when my car was rebuilt, I was believe it or not, I bought like a little Hemi engine on Amazon. And obviously it's not the same thing, but it was actually kind of cool. It was like $60. You can rebuild the engine. Like you put in the pieces yourself and stuff like that. So I'm kind of learning like what everything does, how to build stuff. So in the future, hopefully, like whenever I want to work on a car, I could try it myself. And obviously I'm not gonna try it on this this car, but maybe down the road I'll buy like a little beat up. It doesn't have to be a Jeep or anything. It could just be a shitty car, and I could just, you know, play around with it on the weekends and just see if I can learn. You know what I mean? Like I'm always fascinated with learning new things, especially if it's a passion of mine. Then I get hooked right away. I have an addictive personality, so I'll get hooked on there and I'll learn how to do it. But anyway, so that was number 2. I just wanted it to be unique. I want it to be mine. Man, I really gotta change these rotors. So I ended up, I think I told you guys, I didn't change the brake pads because I ended up having, I don't know if they called it a bubble or like it was like the rotors are a little warped, I guess, because, you know, they get so hot. And this car is used, it's got 25,000 miles on it. So you know, they told me if I put on the brake pads, I might eat through them. So they said it was probably time to just wait, save up some money, buy some rotors. So that's where I'm going. I've talked about this in the top 5 mods video. If you haven't watched that, I talked about DBA, which is a Australian brake company. I'm gonna get their 4,000, I believe it's the T3 4000 rotors. So I'm gonna be getting those soon. Just saving up some money to buy those. And then I'll throw on the ceramic brake pads, and then hopefully this brake dust will cut down a lot. Because look at this. Disgusting. It's gross. But anyway, so number 3. So the SRT came out in 2012.
No.
And my first car ever was a 94 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was actually, I believe it was almost the same color. It was like a bluish gray. I don't know if they called it Rhino gray at the time. It was a 94 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was beat up. I mean, it was my first car. I think I had like 130,000 miles on it. It was nothing nice to look at, but it was my first car. I loved that Jeep. Ever since then, I fell in love with Jeep. I've always loved it. I had no issues with that car. Even though I had such high mileage, it never gave me any issues. So when the SRT came out in 2012, I just knew like it was something I wanted to eventually get my hands on. I wasn't a big fan of the WK1 body style. To me, I wasn't a fan. I didn't like the exhaust pipes in the middle. I thought it looked too boxy. The interior just kind of looked very cheap. I wasn't a big fan. So once the WK2 came out and they put the SRT engine in this, I absolutely fell in love, and I knew this was going to be my dream car. So here it is. This is my dream car. That's why I've been putting money into this. It's going to stay with me probably forever, as this is just what I've always wanted. This color reminds me of my first car. Like I said, I don't remember what the colorway was called back then. It looked very, very similar though in color. And when I saw this, it's just kind of, it was like the only SRT on the lot. It had one odor. It was a CPO, certified pre-owned. So I fell in love right away. It had the blacked out, blacked out. I believe all the grills are blacked out, but it was all blacked out. So all the trim, the front, Everything was blacked out, and it's just the emblems and everything. I just fell in love with it right away. All right, guys. So number 4, when I bought this car, my intention was, like I said, to build it out. And number 4 is I want this to be a sleeper. Like I said, if I could afford a Trackhawk, I would have rented that route. I couldn't do it at the time. But the SRT, and like I mentioned, this was my dream car. This was my dream car. A Trackhawk wasn't. Well, a Trackhawk wasn't actually around when, you know, I was thinking about this car. But I tried to get a Trackhawk. It didn't work. So I also like to be something, I don't know if you guys know about me, but I like to be different. I don't like to follow everybody else and do what everybody else is doing. I like to be different. So when I pop the hood on this, I want people to see, wow, this is different. I did not expect this. Wow, he's got a Whipple supercharged built 392 in there, you know? I just want it to be different. And, you know, there's going to be a lot of things that come in the future. This car will most likely go to E85. I'll probably have a chiller on it. We're going to have the Whipple supercharger. That's the route I'm going to go. Either that or turbo, but most likely I really do want... I've been a big fan of superchargers. I love the supercharger whine. So the Whipple, the new Whipple is most likely the route I'm going to go. But, I mean, that's going to come in the future. It's not going to happen anytime soon. Maybe next year, hopefully. We'll see. Is it going to be expensive? Yes. Do I know that? Yes. Am I stupid putting all the money into this car? Maybe. But it's something I want to do. It's something I've always wanted to do. So this was my plan when I bought this car. You're always going to run into issues. Everything's always going to be expensive. So it doesn't matter what car you have. Just be happy and just enjoy the ride, man. I mean, you only live once. So, I mean, if I want to dump money into an SRT, just let me be. You know what I mean? If you want to buy a Trackhawk and build that out, then good for you. If you can do that, then do it. I mean, I don't hate on anybody. You do whatever you want to do and do whatever makes you happy. And this is the route I'm going. All right. So for number 5, I mean, this kind of probably goes into price a little bit, but the reason I really love the SRT was because it was the original, the big Brembo brakes, you know, the vented hood. It had its own style already. And the Trackhawk came along and they really made on the body style, they didn't really make any changes. I mean, besides the front, they got rid of the fog lights. Over here, it's just, it's more air. It's just more of like this, you know, mesh grill, so that way it allows more air inside. And they threw the yellow calipers on there. Under Jeep Grand Cherokee, they threw a supercharged badge. And then obviously, you know, you got the quad pipes, which I think are awesome. But I mean, if I ever want to convert to quad pipes, I could. I don't know if I'd ever do that. Maybe, I don't know. But I mean, there just wasn't enough changes that really set apart the Trackhawk from the SRT. I mean, obviously, if you're into Jeeps and you're into cars, you'd know if you see one. But there just wasn't a lot of changes. And I prefer the fog lights. Like when I drive at night, I think it lights up the whole street. I think I like the way it looks at night. I prefer the big red Brembos over the yellow. I mean, yellow's cool. Nothing wrong with yellow, but I just like the red. I think it stands out so nice, especially on this colorway. And yeah, it just wasn't a lot of changes. They should have, instead of the Trackhawk, a lot of people call this thing the Hellhawk. That's what they should have called it. I mean, you have a Hellcat engine in a Jeep. You should have called it the Hellhawk. That would have been such a better name than Trackhawk. They should have styled it up a little better. Threw like some cool, a lot of people, you know, throw the emblems over here of the Hellcat, or they actually have Hellhawk emblems they throw on here. They should have just made it stand out more. So that was another reason why I kind of just picked the Jeep SRT. It just, for me, I just love the way it looked more, you know. Like I said, these are all my personal reasons. I mean, a lot of people love the Trackhawk, nothing against them. I'm not talking shit. Like I said, if I could have had a Trackhawk, I would have got one. But I'm very happy with the decision I made. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see what happens with this car. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. These are just 5 reasons why I decided to go the route of building an SRT over a Trackhawk. I mean, the main number 1 reason is price. Just made more sense for me. I'd rather slowly build it while I have money and, you know, save up for the next thing and do it like I said, kind of like a budget baller. That's kind of my mentality. It's just like, do it when I can. And I didn't want to go right out the gate and have an expensive car payment on a Trackhawk. I probably would have got approved because my credit's, you know, it's really good. And like I said, I have a good job. So I probably would have been approved, but the payments just would have eventually killed me. There's no way I would have been able to keep up with it. Something would have had to give, and most likely probably would have been the car. So for me at the time, it just didn't make sense. And I'm very happy with the decision I made. I love this Jeep SRT. It's my dream car. It's what I've always wanted, and I have no regrets over the decision I made. And now it's just slowly, you guys see me putting money into this thing. It's becoming its own Jeep. It's got the carbon fiber pieces. It's bagged, like it's becoming its own. I know other people do the same things, but for me, it stands out. It's not like any other Jeep SRT you see driving around. Like, it's different colorway. It's different, and that's what I love. I love standing out and being different. But anyway, so that's the video. I figured I'd just do it because a lot of people ask me this question, and I figure I just let you guys know the reasons why I decided to go this route. So little update, finally hit the 700 miles. The engine is running beautifully. It's running so good. The cam just sounds amazing. I've had no issues, no more stalling. It does stall sometimes on startups, but that's because of the cam. So sometimes it'll just all of a sudden not want to start. So you just got to turn it off, turn it back on, give it a little bit of gas. That's normal. Waiting for the O2 extensions to get rid of the check engine light because I do miss the remote start. So that will be coming in the future. Next video will probably most likely be some pulls. Nothing crazy. I'm not going to be testing 0 to 60 yet. I probably will. I'm not probably, but I will do that soon. But this will just be some light pulls, probably taking on the highway. And let's see what she sounds like, see what she feels like. I mean, I'm excited. So yeah, just stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.